Hello my dear students, welcome you all. Today in this video I will discuss about surfactants, their application, classification and their mechanism. So let us now discuss in detail about surfactants. What are surfactants? Surfactants are surface active agents, which means they act on the surface and reduce the surface or interfacial tension on the surface or between the interface or between or at the interface between two immiscible phases or two immiscible liquid phases. So what is the concept? Let us now discuss first with the surfactants. Surfactants are materials that lowers the surface tension, as I told you earlier, between two liquids or between a liquid and a solid. It is also can be termed as amphiphils. Yes, surfactants are also known as amphiphils because it contains both hydrophilic and hydrophobic regions in the same moiety or in the same structure. If we talk about effect of surfactants, when we mix oil and water together, they don't mix. So they get separated with each other at a separation layer which is called interface. When we add some surfactant, for example, if we take an example of sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a surfactant, if we add this surfactant to the previous system in which we have combined both the phases, liquid means water and oil. So water and oil separated with each other, and then when we add surfactants in this immiscible liquid or in this immiscible mixture, then they come closer because of the reduced surface or interfacial tension, and they then become miscible with each other. So this is the basic concept or mechanism of surfactants or surface active agents. Let us now discuss about the structure of surfactant. As I told you earlier that it contains both the group in the same structure or in their monomer units, polar head and non-polar tail. Tail is made up of hydrophobic region or hydrocarbon chain, and hydrophilic group or head, it has a strong affinity for bulk solvent. It can be neutral or charged. Let us now discuss about classification of surfactants. Surfactants are basically classified into four different categories known as non-ionic surfactants, anionic surfactants, cationic surfactants, as well as deuterion. So there are these four categories in which surfactants are divided or classified. A non-ionic surfactant has no charge group in its head, whereas the head of an ionic surfactant carries a net positive or negative charge. If the charge is negative, the surfactant is more specifically called anionic, and if the charge is positive, it is called cationic. If a surfactant contains a head with two oppositely charged groups, it is termed as deuterion. Let us now discuss in detail about non-ionic surfactants. Non-ionic surfactants have covalently bonded oxygen containing hydrophilic groups which are bonded to hydrophobic parent structures. These are water soluble. Solubility decreases with increase in temperature with non-ionic surfactants. Examples of non-ionic surfactants are alkyl polyoxyethylenes, spans, twins, etc. Let us now take a look on anionic surfactants. Anionic surfactants contain anionic functional groups at their head, such as sulfate, sulfonate, phosphate, and carboxylate. Sulfate, sulfonate, and phosphate esters, for example, like sodium lauryl sulfate, ammonium lauryl sulfate, sodium dodecyl sulfate, docusate, alkyl aryl ether phosphates, etc. And in the second category of examples are carboxylates, like carboxylate salts such as sodium stearate, sodium lauryl sarcosinate, etc. These all are the examples of anionic surfactants. Let us now discuss about cationic surfactants. Polar head is positively charged. Examples of this kind of surfactants are: they are pH dependent primary, secondary and tertiary amines, permanently charged quaternary ammonium salts like citrimonium bromide, benzalkonium chloride, benzethonium chloride, etc. Zwitterionic or amphiphilic surfactants. These are fourth type of surfactants. These surfactants have both cationic and anionic centers attached to the same molecule. The cationic part is based on primary, secondary or tertiary amines or quaternary ammonium cations. The anionic part can be more variable and includes sulfonates. For example, the most common biological zwitterionic surfactant have a phosphate anion with an amine or ammonium, such as the phospholipids, phosphatidyl serine, phosphatidyl ethanolamine, or sphingomyelins. These all are the examples. So, what are the properties of surfactants? First and very important property is critical micellar concentration, which is also known as CMC, and hydrophilic lipophilic balance, which is also known as HLB. So, what is critical micellar concentration? CMC is the concentration of surfactant above which micelles form and all additional surfactants added to the system go to the micelles. Here the term micelle indicates when more than 50 monomer units of surfactants combine together to form a micelle or a pocket-like structure. They orient themselves in such a manner that they form a pocket. So, it is a CMC, or it is known as critical micellar concentration. At or beyond the concentration, when we add surfactant in a sufficient quantity to any system, if we add more surfactant, means when the system gets saturated, and if we further add surfactant or concentration of surfactant, then the increasing concentration, beyond this concentration, the particular point beyond this concentration, micelles will form, and at this point it is known as critical micellar concentration. So, increasing concentration of surfactant in water, slowly forming a layer on the surface and eventually forming micelles at or above the CMC. Let us now have a look on HLB scale. HLV, as I told you, hydrophilic lipophilic balance. It is a measure of degree to which the molecule is hydrophilic or hydrophobic or lipophilic. The HLV value can be used to predict the surfactant properties of a molecule. This scale, HLV scale, was devised by Griffin. The HLV value, if the HLV value less than 10, then the surfactants acts as a lipid soluble or water insoluble, and when the HLV value is greater than 10, then water solubility increases or lipid insolubility. The HLV scale is divided as per the properties of surfactants. Means the behavior or the nature of surfactant is categorized or divided as per the HLV scale. So let us now discuss about HLV scale, how the surfactants categorized in this scale. When the HLV value of any surfactant lies between 1 to 3, these surfactants acts as an anti-foaming agents. Those surfactants which have the HLV value of 3 to 6, they acts as or they used as water in oil type emulsifier or emulsifying agents. If we talk about the HLV value of those surfactants which lies between 7 to 9, they are used as wetting and spreading agents. The HLV value of surfactants from 13 to 16, these surfactants are used as detergents. Those surfactants which have the HLV value from 8 to 16 in the HLV scale, they are used as oil in water type emulsifying agent or emulsifier, which are used to formulate or stabilize the emulsion. And those contain or those lies between the 16 to 18 HLV value in the HLV scale, they are termed as solubilizer or they are used as solubilizing agents or hydrophilic agents. Let us now discuss about applications of surfactants. Surfactants are used in the variety of fields or they are very wide in use. So they are used as wetting agents. A surfactant that when dissolved in water lowers the advancing contact angle, aids in displacing an air phase at the surface and replaces it with a liquid phase. For example, the displacement of air from the surface of sulfur, charcoal and other powders for the purpose of dispersing these drugs in liquid vehicles. The displacement of dirt and debris by the use of detergents in the washing of wounds, and the application of medicinal lotions and sprays to surface of skin and mucous membranes. The cleaning action of soaps and detergents is termed as detergency. Detergency. The cleaning action of soaps and detergents is termed as detergency. The surfactants are used in variety of ways, like they are used as lung or pulmonary surfactants. Pulmonary surfactant is a mixture of lipids and proteins which is secreted by the epithelial type cells into the alveolar space. Its main function is to reduce the surface tension at the air or liquid interface in the lung and keep them from collapsing when an individually exhales. One of the most important pharmaceutical pulmonary surfactant is Surventa or Virectant. It is also used as an emulsifier, or these surfactants are used as an emulsifier. A substance which stabilizes an emulsion is known as emulsifier or emulsifying agent. For example of emulsifier or emulsifying agent, acacia, polysorbate 20, 40, 60, 80, lecithin, etc. These all are used as emulsifying agents to produce emulsion. They are also used, if we talk about another application of surfactants, they are also used as foaming and anti-foaming agents. Foaming is useful in case of antimicrobial formulation and also in cosmetics such as shaving creams, face wash, shampoos, conditioners, etc. Anti-foaming agents include alcohol, ether, castor oil used to break the foam. They are also used as biosurfactants, defines as the surface active biomolecules produced by microorganisms with a wide range of applications like increasing mobility, increasing solubility, lubrication, wetting, rewetting, softening, fixing dyes, making emulsion, stabilizing dispersions, coagulation, suspended solids, making foams, preventing foam formation and defoaming. The most significant application of biosurfactant was studied in bioremediation, for example in removing heavy metals from soils. Other application of surfactants are they are used in paints, in inks, in formulating toothpastes, in hair conditioners and in sanitizers also. So this was all about the surfactants, their application, their types or classification and the mechanism. I hope you all liked this video. If you liked, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell. So thanks for watching.